Space. Maddie here on the bridge. January 7th, 2026. When I was a child and began to remember Egypt, I believed those memories belonged solely to the past. I felt that what I carried was ancient information from about 12,000 years ago, and that my task was simply to tell humanity what had happened back then, what that world had been like, what knowledge had been lost, what civilization had existed before the collapse. For many years I thought that my birth in Argentina had been almost random, as if I had appeared here only to narrate memories that had no direct relationship with this territory. I believed that Egypt was the center, the origin of everything I remembered, and that my role was to be a messenger from the past, someone who brought forgotten memories to the surface. But over time, something began to change. The third point first, a calling appeared that came neither from Egypt nor from Argentina. A calling toward a third place. Toward the United States. Toward Oregon. When I first felt that calling, driven by the energy and spirit of my son, Lucas, I did not fully understand what I was looking for there. However, when I arrived in Oregon and settled into that territory, something suddenly fell into place. From Oregon, I was able to see something that had previously been invisible. I could see that Egypt and Argentina were practically the same distance away. I could feel Egypt shining like gold and Argentina reflecting that light like silver. That is when I understood that the concept had never been Egypt or Argentina in themselves, but rather the point of observation. The appearance of the bridge, it was at that moment that what I later called the Rainbow Bridge was revealed with clarity. All my life I had been standing within one of the ends, either in the solar memory of Egypt or in the lunar body of Argentina. But to see the complete arc, to understand the original plan, I needed to stand at a third point. That point was Oregon. That is where Gon explains it clearly. The original plan, the one I began to share publicly from 2009 to 2010, was never only to remember the sky, but to bring the sky to Earth. That plan is a terra tumti. The geometry of the triangle, the 3 points, Egypt, Argentina, and Oregon, are separated by approximately 12,000 kilometers from one another. Egypt to Argentina, 12,000 kilometers. Argentina to Oregon, 12,000 kilometers. Oregon to Egypt, 12,000 kilometers. They form a natural equilateral triangle on the surface of the Earth. And that is the exact geometry of a perfect rainbow. When the three align, humanity can see the full spectrum and reorder the pattern. Egypt, the sun. Egypt represents the sun Osiris. Celestial light, cosmic order, original memory. Its alchemical name is Aurum. Gold. The solar archetype. Egypt holds the pattern of being. The Nile is the staff, the spinal column where planetary consciousness is ordered. It is the place where internal alchemy is activated, where the vision of the sun is received. Aurum is the source of light. Without it, there is nothing to refract. Without it, there is no spectrum. Argentum. Argentina. The moon. Argentina represents the moon. Isis. The womb. The receiving body. The space where light can incarnate. Its alchemical name is argentum. Silver. The lunar archetype. The movement is not to rebuild Egypt. The movement is to understand Egyptian alchemy and bring it down from the conceptual plane to manifest it in matter. That descent takes place in Argentina. Solar light, Horus, Lucas, consciousness, descends into the lunar womb to gestate as form. Not as an idea, not as a symbol, but as living reality. Argentina as a living body. I came to understand more deeply that Argentina is not just a country. It is a complete biological body. It has the shape of a pregnant woman, the head in the north, the spinal column in the Andes mountain range, the womb in the center, the feet in Tierra del Fuego to the south. Each province is an organ. Each region fulfills a function. Each territory is a chakra distributed along the Andean axis. That is why, when I speak of ontocracy, I speak of using the biological body of Argentina as a model for a conscious social body, organized according to biological, energetic, and natural principles. Argentina is the place where vision must become practical, where light must take form, where the sky must incarnate on Earth, where vision becomes form, body, land, and future. The Nile and the Piranha. The Nile is the spinal column of the planet, the staff where consciousness is ordered. And my function is to hold the vision between both hemispheres, aligning the Nile with the Piranha, aligning the Andes mountain range with the Red Sea, through the alchemical mirror of the two eyes, Apollo and Artemis, sun and moon. The Nile holds memory. The Piranha holds manifestation. The internal alchemy of the Nile must become real structures in Argentine territory, in the southern cone, in the womb of the world where the new humanity can be gestated. Origin. The observer. It is not the source of the light. It is not the container of the water. It is the point from which the complete phenomenon is seen. Origin is not just a geography. It is the sea of consciousness from which I observe and coordinate the bridge between the Nile and the Piranha, between Aurum and Argentum, between light and water. Origin is the observer's point, the one who directs the rainbow bridge, the one who allows the full circle to be seen, not just the arc. Without that eye, the bridge does not appear. The meaning of the rainbow bridge is not a poetic metaphor. It is a structure of consciousness, an optical phenomenon applied to territory. Egypt holds the memory. Argentina holds the body. Oregon holds observation. Aurum, higher alchemy, activating the vision of the sun. Argentum, lower alchemy, gestating the new humanity. Origin, the observer's point, directing the rainbow bridge. Only when the 3 points are active does the rainbow appear. Only then is the full spectrum seen. Only then can the plan be executed without distortion. From memory to incarnation. Now I understand that those memories of Egypt were not only from the past. They were instructions for the future. The objective is not to create something new in Egypt. The objective is to understand Egypt and manifest Argentina. To bring light down into matter. To bring the sky to earth. To align the Nile with the Piranha. To transform internal alchemy into external alchemy. And for that to happen, I need to hold the vision from the third point, from the observer, from the eye that sees the complete circle. That is the meaning of the rainbow bridge. That is the purpose of Adertumdi. Aurum, Argentum, origin, gold, silver, origin, Sunday moon, eye, light, water, observer, Egypt, Argentina, Oregon. Welcome to the rainbow bridge.